back up here in Alaska, and yesterday we got a chance to really briefly swing this around, take a look at the mountains, up dirt roads outside of Juneau, Alaska. And we got a chance to talk briefly to someone at the Forest Service, and we're kind of pursuing a permit either on Auk Lake out by the through the university, out by the University of Alaska Southeast, or out on Mendenhall Lake, which is actually probably better, though they both could be good in terms of location for this like lumberjack thing, because it's right on the lake, it's accessible, it's close to tourism. My idea when I messaged to the university people was like, here is we could be preferential hire for the students, give them a percentage, you know what I mean, that sort of thing. And I thought I haven't talked to the right person there yet, so that's something we're going to get on. But as it stands right now, that's sort of exciting. You know, either of those lakes, the Forest Service would be just like, structured just like it is with the helicopter sported glacier sled dog tour companies. And that's why, up here is driving up this way is the same direction to where we use the sling site, where we would pack up all the stuff and send it up to the glacier. And then also, I talked to a couple different flight seeing services here in Juneau yesterday, namely the one that goes out to the Taku Lodge, Taku Glacier, where they do a big salmon bake out there. And I was like, maybe I can just find something off the road system and set up a camp out there and have it be a boat or a helicopter or something else. All my different tourism ideas coming together, sort of exciting. But I was also thinking, I was really reflecting, this stuff is so good, so high quality. It's like getting to Canada, 19 grams of fat per serving, 17 grams of protein, and they're just like a pepperoni, European-style pepperettes, high in protein. And I just feel like I look so much better. Just the other day, just coming out from Canada and like that raisin bread and just like Tim Hortons. I don't know. Maybe it's a lot of other things. Maybe it's the hot springs. Hard to isolate variables. But other one of my business ideas was like having some sort of a hot springs up here in Southeast. All this momentum and energy. Learning from all the glaciers, the sled dog stuff. There's so much that needs to be improved with those. But you can take the knowledge from those types of businesses and reapply it to these other things. Could there be a hot springs up here somewhere? Could there be, how would you heat the water? Could you do some hydroelectric, listen to the water in the creeks here? And like this morning, it's just highs and lows, you know what I mean? But to get those things together, those are the kind of things that would be really exciting. The lumberjack show, we're gonna have to I gotta gonna go hit up the gym here, and it's so nice to get away from the city and stuff, I think, for sure. Go hit up a gym here in a little bit, and I did some calisthenics stuff this morning. And then go to the Forest Service, as well as try to follow up with a meeting with the guy at the University of Alaska Southeast. I really like doing these video logs just to keep myself on track with this shit. Otherwise, it's just like, you get caught up in the wrong routine. So you just, keeping yourself on track. We're gonna do those two things, try to get those two meetings either done or lined up here today. And then we're going to also getting to the gym, getting those two meetings lined up, and just want to have a sense for what these guys. Is there any potential with the Forest Service there on Mendenhall Lake? Is there any can we get a little bit more momentum? It's also really interesting. University of Alaska Southeast has a business school and business management school and that kind of thing. So having a little maybe another set of eyes or something for a business plan for either of those businesses, when we're talking about having something to present to Forest Service, something to present to the university, a little bit more formal, a little bit more technical than me just talking. I'm good at visioning, creating, but to sort of bring it together a little bit, that could be helpful. And so that's kind of exciting up here. I'm chatting with a coffee girl in town. She was like four-wheeling. I was like, up in Haines, you could do something too. But just the issues with Haines and Skagway, though I love them so much, is Skagway is so saturated, so small for tourism, and there's so much stuff already going there. Haines is pretty ideal, and like I said, doing something, but there's just not enough traffic up there right now in the cruise ships, and like going back and forth to Skagway, there's the fast ferry. You'd almost have to have your own boat, or do some deal with the guy. Bart Henderson or whatever, who runs the fast ferry now, bought it out from the native corporations and runs the Chilkat Guides and some of that stuff out there in Haines, an entrepreneur business. I worked for those guys years ago, but otherwise it'll become too much, just bring the people back and forth. So Though a smaller niche tour is good, but for the lumberjack thing, we want numbers, we want accessibility, we want to have like an hour tour, we don't want to have a full day tour. So something on the lake here in Juneau, on a lake in Juneau, would be really good, really ideal. I need to keep my options open. There's a lot of other good places around here. You know, I need to look at the maps. I need to dig a little deeper here and start looking at other things. Those two lakes came up as really good potential choices, and you know, we got a couple people to talk to. It's going to be exciting to get that shit going and dialed in today. And really good to be back in Southeast Alaska, though. You know, it's always mixed emotions, and you know, I feel like I should go back to Haines. I got a better workout in Haines, and just uploading some of those videos coming up from the Yukon and Whitehorse. But you know, some of the best things I want here, that makes me think in terms of the business talk too. You know, it's like I want the hot springs. You know what I mean? I want a bikini coffee stand, but I want the hot springs. I want that Tim Hortons coffee. I want that like pepper jerky or whatever it is. And I was like, you know, could you make a booth, you know, and there's like a waiting list downtown, but could you make a booth, just buy that stuff bulk from them, say it's from Canada or whatever, and just sell it to the tourists, and have some Tim Hortons coffee or something, sell it to the tourists. Either in Skagway or here, not to do anything, but you know, that's something that I want. Let's like a hot springs. This is something I want. You know, it's not like I'm trying to make a bunch of money doing something that I don't want. You know, these are things that I would want. It's good. It's healthy for you. You know, if there's a niche in the market there in Skagway, you know, and you can just go over to Whitehorse and get that stuff and pay some sort of a tax and sell it in Skagway, and with the coffee, you know, that could be a pretty good business right there. In Juneau here, you know what I mean? In that, it's just that high protein. It's just good for you. It's more healthy than eating a Bullwinkle's pizza in Juneau. It's more healthy than eating fish and chips. You know what I mean? That high quality raisin bread and stuff from Whitehorse. You know what I mean? I think so. Anyway, long story short, just want to get out of the sun here though and wrap that up. But you know, that was just a quick talk about like entrepreneurial energy at the moment, and I just need to keep on action steps and keep moving forward with the stuff. But